And now, presented by Coyote, this is RCTV News. And here are your hosts, Frank McKinney and Matt McCallum.
Hey everyone, we are learning from the algorithm to not put annoying jokes at the start to try and improve audience retention. That wasn't a joke. Seriously.
Well, you messed that one up, didn't you? Anyway, on with the show. Yes, and thank you to our new title sponsor, Cayote.
Yes, absolutely awesome to be working with Coyote, and stay tuned for a raft of new exciting content we'll be making together, like the Coyote podcast and more.
But in the meantime, this episode is brought to you by our awesome partners.
Team Savox,
Tonisport,
Invisible Speed Mayako Youth Mentoring Program,
RC,
Orlowski RacingLine.com,
rsrc,
EuroRC,
Mau Graphics,
36 Mood.
And in case you'd forgotten, I'm Matt McCallum.
And I'm Frank McKinney.
And here are your headlines.
The world's warm-up in Australia is finished, and of course, there's a lizard guy there.
Mayfield dominates at the Wild.
Hey, that's not the right video. But really, pretty good skills though. Now where were we?
Yes. Ryan Mayfield dominates the Wild Psycho Nitro Blast in Tennessee.
Buggy Rama has been announced on the site of the classic Neo-Buggy races. And Matt, where's Matt gone?
What is going on? And there is nobody in there making preparations for the Neo.
It's not till next year, Matt.
True. And Team Cayote dropped some RC beats.
And now, here's the main stories.
The word of the week is tariffs, and how they will affect our sport, where pretty much every race package contains a range of parts coming from somewhere in Asia. So let's go over to Frank in the RCTV Financial Reporting Nerve Centre to find out everything we've learned from this developing picture.
Just looking at the financials, so yeah, things are, yeah, it's, I mean, basically it's, nobody knows.
Well, clearly we don't know what's going on, but if you want to contribute to a report that we're putting together for a future episode, then let us know in the comments. And also what you're doing to prepare, if anything.
Hey, where's Scotty?
Where on earth is Scotty?
Hey everyone, Scotty Ernst here, and another around-the-world adventure for me. This week I find myself in Sydney, Australia. I am here at Hill's Off-Road RC track for the 1/10 scale Buggy IFMAR Pre-World Championships.
Like Scotty, many racers from around the world made the trip to New South Wales, Australia for the official World's Warm-Up race.
Yes, as we've reported previously, Hills Off-Road RC is the host club for the 1/10 Buggy Worlds later this year. And as is customary, there's always a warm-up race a few months before the big show.
Many racers from Europe and a few from the US were able to make the trip. However, with major 1/8 Buggy races happening and national events as well, there were inevitably some racers who were notably missing.
The ones that did go were able to see the track from themselves and drive it, and also handle some lizards and touch them.
And some very lucky racers got to get familiar with other very Australian animal life of a different kind.
And as for how the all-important racing went, check out this report from Scott from RC Race Media.
It's been a big weekend of racing here. The big winner, Australia's Lachlan Donnelly, taking the sweep in both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive classes. Both times he had to go to A3 and set the fastest time to get a tie-break win. In two-wheel drive, he came home ahead of Spencer Rivkin, Michal Orlowski in 3, Ari Barkla, Marcus Kerup, and Kuki Kato from Japan. That's the top 6. In four-wheel drive, it was Donnelly, then Spencer Rivkin, Chase Lemieux. Daniel Kobovic was 4th, Marcus Kerup in 5, and Kuki Kato again in the top 6. Big week for the Japanese driver. Universal praise for the track. It's been a fantastic weekend of racing. All we can do is say, wherever you are in the world, get here for the World Championships. The teams continue to be here all through the week. Shoemaker, X-Ray, Team Associated, working away, dialing in the cars, both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Can't wait to see you here in September and October. come and be a part of this year's World Championships.
The 1/10 Buggy World Championships happens later this year in September and October, and we're looking forward to the racing action.
We are. And now it's time for the return of Hot Topic.
This is a hot topic.
This week we received some feedback on our own coverage of the EFRA 112 scale Euros.
Please don't emphasize on this like this, RCTV. Drama happens and doesn't need to be your main thing to get likes. You're better than this.
Another comment stated,
They're doing a bad job in this RC Racing TV. Fueling arguments and making videos about who caused which crash is a really low level of journalism. It won't help our RC community.
The first commenter continued,
Focus on the badass racing instead.
well, thank you, and we do take this on board. However, I would counter that the only reason you saw the badass racing is because we live streamed it. And secondly, we don't think it's right to sweep things under the carpet. The story of the winners will be listed in the Hall of Fame forever. But the racers who strived and nearly got there, maybe should have got there, they deserve to have their stories told too.
Yeah, that's right. The winner is just one person, and there's a multitude of stories behind them, whether they're successes or tragedies. And often, that's where the more compelling stories are. The stories that make this hobby into more of a sport.
Sometimes those stories are dramatic, and sometimes they're tragic even, but we believe RC is not that delicate. RC can go on as a community and withstand these challenges. We can grow from them, we can learn, without just showing the nice bits all the time.
And it's not a witch hunt either. Drivers get it wrong, and we give them a platform to say sorry and move on.
The Netflix F1 series Drive to Survive doesn't focus on the top teams because there are more compelling stories of the smaller teams struggling and striving to survive as a team.
And finally, if you're in any doubt, watch our previous beef history episode and see how our whole mission is to learn from those incidents and put the beef behind us.
Well, if you want us to focus on the winners at the EFRA 112 scale Euros, let's spend a moment with Team Cayote, who took P1 and 2 in the modified class.
Down the main straight for the last time. Crosses the line. There we go. Mark Reinhard, European champion for 2025 in modified.
Another great weekend for Cayote.
Yeah, definitely. Our new batteries show that the performance is great. We have a 1 and 2, I guess. I think Michael also finished in second, used the batteries.
Great move from Michael. That was super clean. So Michael Orlowski comes through and crosses the line.
Yeah, we couldn't ask for more, and now we hope to work on the 1S ESC as well. Motors to get the whole package ready, and but like you see in the touring car off-road, we're working fast and everything works good. So I think everybody can be happy when our stuff is ready.
New from Mayako USA. Get your 1/8 buggy built by an expert and set up to your track conditions and skill level. That's right, if you're in the USA and race Nitro Buggy for glory or E-Buggy to pay the bills, Mayako USA have teamed up with Wally from Wally Builds fame to get you up and running with your MX-8 or MX-8E faster than ever. Contact info at wbfactoryracing.com to get started today.
Now, we hope you enjoyed our extended chat with Michal Orlowski in our RCTV podcast, which was made available to heroes first. If you want to see things first, then join this channel and become a hero. This week, we are bringing you an exclusive chat with the team managers that we met at the MKGP earlier this year. And we get to hear things like this.
I like to think I'm an honest person, and you're not going to have it where you'll go and roadblock a situation and force something. But like we had an EOS in Germany, it wasn't in Dawn, where Daniel needed to get a better score, and Michael, I think, had already TQ2. And Michael knew Daniel needed TQ, so I kind of left it with him to decide what he wants to do.
That episode will be available Monday for everybody to watch, but if you want to see it first and get exclusive early access, you can join our heroes at the link below.
Join the heroes, and thank you to all of our heroes, and also thank you to all of our RCTV new partners.
Team Savox,
Tonisport,
Invisible Speed Mayako Youth Mentoring Program,
RC,
Orlowski RacingLine.com,
rsrc,
EuroRC,
Graphics,
36 mood.
That's it. Thank you very much. Thanks for being with us. We miss you. Take care of each other this week, and we'll see you next week. Hey there, we can't believe it, but you've made it to the secret after show.
Yes! First, we want to honor our heroes.
And for everyone else, we don't want to say goodbye. We want you to join us.
Yeah, if you want us to be able to keep making this content and coverage, there's a few ways that you can help.
Yeah, first and most importantly, you can hit subscribe.
Then, if you really want to support us, you can become an RCTV Hero by joining the channel. Click join down below on YouTube, and the link for that is also in the description.
If you want to rep RCTV, then go to rcracingtv.com and buy some merch.
Finally, if you want to help us just keep the lights on, then you can buy us a coffee right here.
Right down there, or in person if we bump into you at the track.
Now, if you're still watching after all that, then it's time to pick your next clip. I would say the top one.
No, I think this one is way more their speed. I think this is the one that they'll like.
Okay. Well, either way, thanks and goodbye.